get some more knowledgeable information that's going to help me through my journey.
It was very, very educational and eye-opening. It helped me to see what the process is about in a whole different light.
Now, I loved the workshop. So first of all, I love a good graphic. I don't know, diagrams, and so that was helpful for my little visual brain for sure.
It brought a lot of clarity on what I really want to write. And I'm like, she's the right person.
Because that brings me joy and it sparks my passion. And that's literally what you did, honestly, with me yesterday.
The biggest thing that I took away was like, you actually have to carve out the time for what you want.
And you've given me more in 6 weeks than I have done in 18 years. This story conceptualized 18 years ago.
I hope to learn some things that I didn't know and get some more knowledgeable information that's going to help me through my journey. I hope I could get some assistance and some guidance into how to start my book and to where I could create a book to where it helps heal and inspire individuals.
What is your biggest motivator for wanting to publish this book? Like your personal motivation?
What motivates me to want to, I've been through some things in my life that I have healed from. And I just felt like putting my story out there maybe might help somebody that went through the similar things that I went through. And just to help other people. And maybe it might inspire people and let them know that, you can get through it too.
And so we're going to take a bit of a pause for a game. You like games?
Not really anymore. I used to.
Oh, come on.
I used to like it. Depending on what type of games, I used to love games.
All right, so this game is called Red Light, Green Light, 1, 2, 3. You heard of this game?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go through where you are currently on all the components of creating, drafting, and writing your book. And when we're done, you're going to let me know if you found our time together that I was able to meet all of the outcomes that I told you that I was going to try to do. Did I help you with your mindset? Did I help you understand the pieces that you needed? And did I provide you with an opportunity to get those resources if you were lacking any of them? Right, so far, got a lot of greens. I like greens. Got a little bit of red. No worries. We got a little bit of yellow. All right.
Overall, it would be priceless for me to get not information. Anytime somebody gives you information that can help you level up in life or just is knowledgeable where you can implement it into your daily life, That to me is priceless because they're actually helping you create a lifestyle that you want to live by them giving you valuable information.
That's the answer I keep getting. I don't know. That's why I say. So if I could ask you briefly, and I know this is like, what do you?
It was very, very educational and eye-opening. It helped me to see what the process is about in a whole different light. It showed me that it wasn't just sitting down and just writing, but there's a lot to think about, a lot that needs to go into it in order to achieve the goals that I have for my potential readers. I probably wouldn't even be moving forward at all. It probably still would just be in my head and on my bucket list. But you helped me to see that it's something that I can actually cross off that list. And it's something that's actually doable, and it's actually possible. Even though I'm still in the midst of my mess, that I can still affect others. So that was really, really good. And you made it very personal. So that was very helpful too.
What elements are present during that time that you consider your happiest time? What elements? I don't need to know any specific people, but the elements. Did you feel confident? Did you feel safe? Did you feel supported? Like what elements were present?
I'm gonna say I felt peaceful. I felt loved. I genuinely felt happy and calm.
What do you think? How was your experience?
Now, I loved the workshop. So first of all, I love a good graphic. I don't know, diagrams. And so that was helpful for my little visual brain for sure. So I love that. I don't know if do you have like, the only visual I was like yearning for was a visual with all of your, like you pushed out a lot of resources and like, I don't know, I feel like I'm like, oh man, I really would love a good list, a resource list, but neither here nor there. That was the only thing my little organizer brain was wanting. Or even just like a simple workbook with like a fill in the blanks, because drawing the diagrams, I feel like I was busy drawing diagrams instead of listening to what you were saying, and I might have missed something. So that would be helpful. But fill in the blanks I love because it keeps me engaged. I know nothing about book writing. So when you were like, how much does this cost you? I'm like, I don't know, everything, nothing. I just want to write a book so badly. What do you want, Jory? You want my blood? I'll give it to you. Like, I don't know how to ask that question.
I'm giving you some productivity tools.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you how to write a little faster, and we meet. So he's getting only 1 month of coaching and a weekly manuscript review. This is because I like him, and he's a brother. So like, right? People are like, oh, can I get disciples discount? I'm like, no, you can give me
no.
you give me money, and then we'll see where Grace lands after you give me money. So I was like, manuscript review, but he really needs accountability. Like that's his greatest need. I did that same game with him. And the area that he had the most read at was accountability, mindset, and time. So I was like, you don't need, I don't need to flesh out your story. I don't need your story and you being able to share it. He already has his avatar, because I know how powerful it is to see someone do the thing that you want to do.
Hence, your story matters. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
How was your experience yesterday?
It brought a lot of clarity on what I really want to write. And I'm like, wow, Jory is really the right person. Because you would know like the language and how to actually write the book and everything because you have experience.
How was your experience yesterday at the Your Story Matters virtual workshop?
So can I tell you like a little story?
I love stories.
Okay. So I did a talk at Queens College about student teaching and stuff like that. I mentioned how something that I look forward to during like, my time teaching is like when I get to go to professional learning, or I get to meet other whatever, like all those little extra things, because that brings me joy and it sparks my passion. And that's literally what you did, honestly, with me yesterday. Because I was like, I want to make this book. I want to try to figure this out. And there's just so many variables, not to bring in math, but there's so many variables that are going on now and things I'm just thinking about. But I mean, I wrote 2 pages of notes. Like I was, like actually trying to put together what you were saying. And it really did. I mean, I think one of the first things I texted James at the end is like, I'm inspired. Wow. So I truly do mean that too. So you gave me a little spark in this whole journey that I'm traversing right now. Pleasure versus pain. And I feel like now that like I'm saying it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But like, I didn't think about that. And you mentioned, that might be a great way to start figuring out, 1, how to format, and 2, like figuring out your chapters.
I said I was going to try to do 3 things. I was going to try to get you to believe that it is possible for you to become an action author in 2024. Was I successful with that?
Yes, you are. I feel like that is something that can happen for sure. Is just the biggest thing that I took away was like, you actually have to carve out the time for what you want, right? Like you gave something that I didn't know was the word count. And when you were saying like, this is the word count divided by how much you can write in 30 minutes, and then that's how you figure out how much time you have. Honestly, I think if I was in a different situation, the price feels justified. It's not the price, it's the right now moment. What you said, you put in a lot of work, you're knowledgeable, you know what you're talking about, right? So like that's justified. I always believe in paying somebody what they're worth, and I value you. I'm just trying to figure out where we're at.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we have to figure that part of the conversation out, and then we could get back to you.
Jory, like we've worked together for 6 weeks, and you've given me more in 6 weeks than I have done in 18 years. This story conceptualized 18 years ago. I've talked about it. I've worked on it. I've pulled my hair out. I've shed tears.
I'm grateful that I got an opportunity to play with you. This is the first fiction novel that I've touched, at least YA fiction. I've ghostwritten a couple different things, but nothing to this degree of creativity. This is fun. This is fun. So thank you. Because my brain was like, how do I help him? How do I, like, I had to get into innovative. Like, how do I help him better?